This is Bobby C. at Yankee Stadium, and the Bronx sports story of the week, years in the making as Fordham and Holy Cross renew their football rivalry at Yankee Stadium for the first time since November of 1923. The Rams took it to the Crusaders' final score here at Yankee Stadium, 54-14, highlighted by 4 touchdowns from the star running back Chase Edmonds, who secured his 59th career touchdown in Patriot League play. That is a record. We caught up with Chase on the field after the game. You've done so well against Holy Cross during your time here and obviously in big games. I mean, how special was it to be here at Yankee Stadium today and have another great performance?
It was great. You know, it was everything that you just dreamed about the experience and more. You know, I'm so proud of the team, though, that we came out and dominated like we needed to do. We're really trying to make a push for the playoffs, and we got to show that we can be a dominant team, and this is a great start.
Going into the game, we knew, about Chase. We've seen him for the 2 prior years, and he's always given us and everyone else trouble. I think he's one of the best backs, if not the best back I've ever seen in the Patriot League, and I mean in the history of the Patriot League.
Fordham's running back and quarterback both had big days. Kevin Anderson threw for 3 touchdowns and 426 yards.
It was very special to me. I had 40 of my closest family and friends come up from the game, and a lot of people in my life that are really close to me that have never seen me play in person. So it was huge for me, and I was super excited just to play in front of them and just let them see me play and all the hard work I've had.
When you decided to become a Ram, did you ever think that you'd get an opportunity to play at Yankee Stadium?
No, never even crossed my mind in a million years, and it's just a great experience, man. It's great to be in New York City and be able to do things like this, and you want to just take full advantage of it.
Let's go! Let's go! Fordham football is 7-3 and still in the hunt for the postseason. They sure could use a win against Bucknell in PA Saturday. That game kicks at noon. Check out FordhamSports.com for more. The New Era Pinstripe Bowl will be the next big college football game at Yankee Stadium. That's on tap for December the 28th at 2 p.m. As for a look around the nation, Louisville's loss to Houston shook the college football playoff picture up on Thursday. Houston routed Louisville 36-10 and knocked the Cardinals to the number 5 spot in the playoff rankings. That opens the door for more chaos heading into the rest of Week 12. With December around the corner, that also means the Heisman Trophy is on its way to New York. Louisville's Lamar Jackson, Clemson's Deshaun Watson, and Washington's Jake Browning remain among the top candidates. The 3 QBs will be looking to make a statement these next 2 weeks. Oklahoma signal caller Baker Mayfield is emerging as a strong last-minute candidate. Jets head coach Todd Bowles is reluctant to name second-year quarterback Bryce Petty the starter again this week. Last Sunday, he filled in for the injured Ryan Fitzpatrick and looked great on the team's lone scoring drive, a 99-yard dandy. But gangrene still managed to fall 9-6 to the lowly L.A. Rams. We go inside the locker room for more.
They played better than us. We played hard, they played hard. It was a tough battle. They made one more play than we did.
Learned a lot out there. There's definitely a lot to be learned when you're out there as opposed to on the sideline or in practice or in the film room. So, I knew there was going to be bumps and bruises. Definitely plays to be made out there by myself. So, like I said, we'll learn from it and move on.
Injury every day. We just got to continue to evaluate it and see how it is. So, we've got the bye week coming up, so that'll be nice to get an extra week.
Between penalties, turnovers, and not lack of execution. I can only speak for the offense and in that aspect. So, as for rep, we got to go get some better reps in practice and continue to work to get better.
It's been a tough season for the talented Jets who just can't seem to put it all together. I think Petty deserves another crack on November 27th, albeit against the mighty New England Patriots. The Jets are 3-7, and they need to find out if Petty is truly their future. Fitzpatrick likely is not. And if you need further evidence, stats show this is the worst QB season of the post-Joe Namath era. Jets have not won a Super Bowl since Broadway Joe in 1969. The Jets may consider Tony Romo in the offseason. The Dallas quarterback is set to return from injury, but has accepted the backup role to standout rookie Dak Prescott, and the boys are 8-1 under the rookie. On one other Jet note, as we move on, the organization has declined to say whether cornerback Darrelle Revis will be back next season. They owe him $6 million in 2017, plus another $9 million in non-guaranteed pay. But Revis, despite my C-list earlier this year in his favor, has looked like a completely different player. It remains to be seen whether or not he can finish strong and resurrect that dominant image of Revis Island. Big Blue looked dominant. They kept rolling Monday night at MetLife Stadium, edging Cincinnati 21-20. It was an evening of celebration as the Giants inducted former coach Tom Coughlin, former defensive stalwart Justin Tuck, and former GM Ernie Accorsi into their ring of honor at halftime. Behind Eli Manning and Odell Beckham Jr., the Giants are scorching hot. Here's more.
Thought we stayed the course through all the ups and downs in the ball game. There were quite a few. Defense got to the quarterback at the end of the ball game. Offense ended it in 4 minutes, which was encouraging for us. And special teams had some opportunities, and they pinned them back in the ball game to help with field position. We have to enjoy it fast. It's a short week, and then we're on to Chicago.
We got to keep finding ways to win these close games, but obviously we can play better football. That's always the case when you look at it, but. Just proud of the way the team's fighting, and defense, offense, making plays in critical moments of the game to win. That's what it takes in this league.
It's all love out there. We're competing, and that's a fiery tribute group. And we went down there for camp, and it was just like that. And we get out to the game, and it's a lot of fun to compete when it's done the right way, so to say. So. I had a lot of fun tonight. It wouldn't have been as fun if we lost, but I for sure had fun.
To get out here to win is incredible, and to do it and to finish it in that fashion was incredible. So we're feeling good. We're confident. We're going to keep getting better and just take that as one win and keep moving on.
Short week of work for Big Blue. They are back this Sunday at MetLife to take on Chicago. That means kicker Robbie Gould gets to kick against his former team. He says he knows the Bears made a business decision to cut him, but he seems pretty thankful moving from a losing team to a winning team. Bears linebacker Pernell McPhee is already stirring the pot. He directed some bluster toward Manning in the O-line, saying he would sack Manning on Sunday. Manning took the high road and said, "Let's play." That's a 1 p.m. kickoff. Time for some quick hitters from around the world of sports. The baseball diamond. The Yankees dealt catcher Brian McCann to Houston yesterday for 2 more pitching prospects. The 32-year-old spent 3 years of the 5-year deal in the Bronx. The Pinstripers are reportedly interested in a Carlos Beltran reunion. He could now slot in at the designated hitter spot. Red Sox, Blue Jays, and Astros are also in on Carlos. Yankee prospect Gleyber Torres tore up the Arizona Fall League. He batted over .400 over the last 10 games. Yanks are also searching for pitching in the thin free agent market. They have shown interest in Cub free agent Jason Hamill, who posted a winning record last season in Chicago. As for the Mets, they are competing with 3 other teams for the services of Yoenis Cespedes, according to reports. But the list includes the Mets, the Orioles, the Blue Jays, the Dodgers, the Giants, the Nationals, the Phillies, and the Astros. College basketball got rolling last weekend. Kentucky and reigning champion Villanova are the early toast of the season on the men's side. They are already 3-0. Meanwhile, Indiana, another fave this year, is off to a 2-0 start. Conor McGregor knocked out Jose Aldo last year to seize the featherweight title. He added the lightweight strap last Saturday night at UFC 205 at Madison Square Garden when he outclassed and TK'd Eddie Alvarez in the second round. McGregor now has set his sights on fighting boxing great Floyd Mayweather Jr. He has repeated his demands of $100 million for a boxing match with the retired Mayweather. The Knicks lost a tough one Thursday night in D.C. The Wizards topped the Orange and Blue 119-112. The highlight of the week for the Knicks came in a victory over Detroit at home when Kristaps Porzingis scored a career-high 35 points. In other NBA news, legend Tim Duncan will have his number 21 retired by the San Antonio Spurs during a ceremony on December 18th. And at least 3 NBA teams have stopped staying at Donald Trump-branded hotels this season, in part to avoid any implied association with the new president-elect, according to league sources. Those are the headlines. We hit the C-list for some sports humor this Friday morning. Baseball's postseason awards came out this week one by one. Most of them were easy to predict. The AL MVP is Mike Trout again. The NL MVP is Chris Bryant, not too shabby. He won the Rookie of the Year last year. The NL Cy Young went to Max Scherzer, who has now won the award in both leagues. But one award did get plenty of attention, and perhaps for the wrong reasons. Boston's Rick Porcello edged Detroit's Justin Verlander for the AL Cy Young Award. However, Justin had more first-place votes. Still, 2 writers didn't vote for him at all, which set off his fiancee, the ultra-hot Kate Upton. Upton took to social media for some pretty cool comments. Check them out when you can. This is a family show. They're too explicit to share. But honestly, the social media reaction was even better, at least for me, with many more fans throwing shots that Kate had just learned about the Electoral College of Baseball Writers. I guess Verlander needed to win Florida to win the AL Cy Young Award. That's your sports. I'm Bobby C.